Rockets don't fly straight up. And this is a common misunderstanding. People think that rockets go completely straight up, but that's not what they do. Because think about this, if you have your rocket going straight up, you'll keep going into space and space and space, which also uses a lot of fuel. And it's kind of useless because what are you going to do that far? If you want a satellite, you have to put it into orbit. More about that later. Hopefully, most of you know what the Pythagoras theorem is. If you don't, let me quickly explain. Pythagoras theorem's equation is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So let a be the left side of your triangle, and let b be the bottom side of your triangle, and c is the diagonal across. That just says how you can figure out the diagonal. So it would take more fuel going just straight up and then to the right if you want to get into orbit, than going straight across, like diagonal. Going diagonal is really useful to get into orbit, as you can get into a specific orbit of how many kilometers high instead of going really high. As many satellites don't need to go as high as possible, as going into low Earth orbit is around 400 to around 800 kilometers, which is not needed to go straight up and then to the right. And that maneuver can also be very tricky. So they just go straight up for a bit and then they tilt, which is way easier. If you don't know what an orbit is, an orbit is when the spacecraft is in a continuous falling motion around the Earth, which doesn't require any fuel because gravity continuously lets it fall and orbit around Earth, which is just rotating continuously around the Earth at a specific height. Usually orbits happen around 200 kilometers or higher, as if it's too low, it may deorbit, because slowly it deorbits as there is still some drag to it. If you want more shorts about space, rockets, and tech, subscribe!